Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rich Sellers Podcast. Today, I bring on a very special guest with me. Today, I bring on Mina Elias with me. Hi, Mina. How are you doing?
Hey Sammy, how's it going, man? Thank you for having me.
Definitely, it is always a pleasure for us. So, Mina, for the audience that is watching that still don't know you, would you like to brief about you, who you are, what you are doing?
Yeah, sure thing. My name is Mina Elias. I'm basically an Amazon seller and an Amazon agency owner. I came to America in 2011, got my bachelor's, master's, worked in corporate, decided to start a supplement brand in 2018, and figured that Amazon was the best way to go. This was after failing at making it work other ways, but essentially grew that brand, scaled it to seven figures. And after maybe a couple of years, my personal brand became pretty big in the Amazon space after sharing a lot of the mistakes that I made and advice and experience. And there was a high demand for me to start an agency, and so I essentially started Trivium Group, which is an Amazon advertising agency. And in 2 years, we grew it to 80 team members, 157 brands under management now. So it's pretty fast growth, a lot of learnings, and it's been amazing. And so I love to come on these podcasts, share everything that I know, everything that we're learning, across different brands. And I truly believe that Amazon's constantly changing and the market's constantly changing. Any business is constantly changing. And so we're always testing and always learning. I'm happy to share everything that we learn and everything that we're testing, because I wish that I had that kind of content and information when I first started.
Yeah, definitely. I would 100% agree with you because when we started, I started in 2017 with my own brand, right? So when we started, there was nothing called as podcasts like this and no such courses or anything that we can learn from. And now we have all this kind of things that where we can learn from. So going straight into the topic today, obviously sale is there, right? Black Friday, Cyber Monday is just going to hit. So we need to optimize ourselves. Sellers need to optimize their PPC and before optimizing PPC, Meena, you talk a lot about listing optimization, conversion rate optimization, because we know PPC can't work alone, right? So when we talk about
Yeah.
conversion optimization, because as an advertiser, we look a lot about CTR, right? How the ad is performing and all, and obviously the brand owners they also look at okay, what is ACOS and all. But we know that in order to make our ACOS good, we have to get a good conversion rate on the back end. So when we talk about conversion rate, especially during these sales, because Amazon have rolled out so many features lately, what would be few top priority things in checklist that sellers should look at before they optimize their sales?
Yeah, so I think the first thing before I get into that is
Mhm.
let get on the same page and explain to everyone like the funnel, right? And the way that like the shopping experience works on Amazon is first, people need to see you in the search results, then they need to click on you, and then once they're in the listing, they need to buy you. And so for by us running ads, let's assume organic is out of the picture because organic's organic, right? You can't really control it. You what you can control is ads. There is a certain things you can do to control organic we'll touch on, but you're gonna launch a bunch of ads, and all that's gonna do is it's gonna show you in the search results. And so that's step number one, and that means that the ad did its job. You're now in the search results. So step number two is people see you in the search results, you and versus your competitors, and they decide to click on you, and that is defined through the click through rate. So basically the number of clicks divided by the number of impressions. Impressions means someone saw you in the search results, clicks, someone clicked on you. That is your click through rate. And then from there, and that's going to determine how many people make it into the listing. And then from there, what's going to determine how many people buy from you is going to be your conversion rate, or that's the metric that we use to measure how many people bought from you. So number of units sold divided by number of sessions. And so now that we understand that, it's like, okay, before we need to worry too much about ads, right? We're launching ads. If our impressions are going up, it means that the ads are doing their job. So the next step is, okay, how do I increase my click through rate so that from all of those people seeing me, more and more people come into the listing? Because if everything else is the same, conversion rate is the same, then more people coming into the listing means more people buying. And this is going to be more people coming into the listing paid and organic. So it has like a double effect. And same thing with conversion rate. When we improve conversion rate, it means more people coming into the listing paid, or sorry, more people converting inside of the listing paid and organic. So it has kind of like double the effect. So click through rate optimization, which is the first step. So we launched the ads, everyone's seeing you. Now we need more and more people to come into the listing. The main factors in my there's seven factors, right? But the
Mhm.
main ones, in my opinion, is your main image, your price, your reviews, and your star rating, and any discounts and coupons that you have. So when it comes to main image, it is simply type in different keywords that are main keywords or long tail keywords, and look at the search results. Take a screenshot and then put your product in the middle. And when you quickly glance, or when any shopper that is looking for that solution quickly glances, does your main image catch their eyes, and is it the most likely to get people to come in? There's few things that you can do to optimize your main image. Number one, 3D renders. If you're still using live photography, I suggest you go with 3D renders. 3D renders look almost real now, like incredibly real, and you can manipulate it. It looks better than a photograph. Number two, any sort of like eye candy around the product. So make sure that you have things, elements that will attract people. So, and again, it's very hard to tell me what to do for you specifically, because I have a supplement. You could have, a pair of
Yeah.
scissors or a kitchen knife or a drawer organizer or something. You know what I mean? Everyone has different products. So, what is that eye candy that when it's accompanied with your product, when you look at your product versus the competition, maybe the colors, things like that, it's like, oh, this catches my eye. Also make sure that you fill out the white space, and it's very clear. And then the final hack, I would say, or piece of advice for the main image, is find ways to have text on the main image that tell people that this is what they're looking for. And so, for example, on my product, it's an electrolyte powder. The lid doesn't have anything on it. It's just a black lid. So I put zero carbs, zero sugar, zero calories right on the lid. And as a result, when someone's coming in and they're looking at products, they see mine and they say, "Oh, this has zero carbs, zero sugar. That's for me." Or on the label, it's actually not really how it is, but I changed part of the label to say hydration powder. I put a little logo of America in the bottom, made in America, because people who want supplements really care about that stuff. So it's things like this, let's say, like, if it's like a credit card holder, for example, and
Yeah.
you know that people have a problem with credit card holders because of durability, or because like they break or whatever. So having it, maybe the credit card holder standing on top of a nice little box, or whatever, or a pedestal, that looks like a box,
Mhm.
and saying lifetime warranty, like superior durability. And so immediately you're like, this is actually, or maybe I care about that it holds 20 credit cards. That's one of the big selling points for me, because the other ones that I bought only hold six or something. So I say capacity 20 credit cards on one side, and then on the other side it's a lifetime warranty, maximum durability. So it's like, wow, this is exactly, it looks good. It has a bunch of like nice little eye candy, and it's everything that I need, because I'm quickly glancing at this text. So that's my tips for the main image. Price is at the end of the day, price is gonna, I can give you advice like, be in the middle of the range, bottom of the range, top of the range. The one thing with prices, if you have good analytics and you understand your click-through rate, conversion rate, and your profits, if you keep PPC spend the same, with all things being the same, so it's the same amount of traffic. Um, if you change your price, you're going to notice a change in click-through rate, conversion rate, and profits. So at what price, if you change it, up by a dollar, up a dollar, down $2, down $3, whatever, what price is going to get you the maximum amount of click-through rate, conversion rate, and in turn profits, with the same, with PPC being the same? Because if you fluctuate PPC, it's gonna mess up. It's gonna cause like a mess. It's like the data is not gonna be clean. But if you keep PPC the same, optimize the price, and get click-through rate, conversion rate to
Mhm.
improve, and in turn profit will improve with everything being the same, then this is the price that you need to be at. And obviously, you can do it yourself manually. You can use a tool like Prophecy or whatever. There's many ways to do this, and there's no one direction that you should go. It's just test and see what works. Reviews and star rating, self-explanatory. If
Yeah.
you don't have a strategy to get reviews for the rest of your life, you're going to struggle, and then you're going to keep going around and around in a circle until you face the harsh reality that you need a strategy to get reviews. Mine is simple, and this is against terms of service, but basically what I do is I go into Instagram, I find people that are interested in my product, I offer to reimburse them so they can get it for free, and then later on I ask them to leave feedback on Amazon. ask for an honest review, nothing like that. Obviously, since there's a free product involved or reimbursement involved, things can get shady, right? But you can always, when you Venmo them, say that you're reimbursing them for something else, and then if Amazon ever asks you, say, I don't know what you're talking about. I reimburse them for something different, not for this product. So essentially that's what I do, right? And it's a consistent flow of reviews. You can also use tools like Feedback 5 from Ecom Engine, and that will automate the request review button, which will constantly get your reviews. But again, I think depending too much on those, of course, have a superior product, listen to customer feedback, have an insert card that says, with a QR code that says, like, contact us for hassle-free returns, or a customer service thing. So prevent negative reviews. Try to get your own positive reviews, and then optimize for positive reviews. So when you do send that Feedback 5, the request review button, people say, yeah, 5 star, 5 star, it's a nice product, I liked it. And then discounts, coupons, lightning deals, all that kind of stuff. Those are short-term plays. They can definitely impact your click-through rate. So something like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, opt in for, if you're a product that is in season, and for example, supplements are not really in season, but if you're a product that's in season, having a discount or a coupon will definitely improve your odds of people clicking on you. It is a different kind of badge and things like that. So again, same exact thing as the price. Play with it. I don't know. I can't tell you if a 5% or a 10% is going to be better. But what I do know is people will clip 50% of the coupon. So if or redeem 50% of the coupon. So if 100 people clipped $5 off, only 50 will redeem, even though all 100 will buy, which means effectively you're giving like a $2.50 coupon, something like that. So that covers the click through rate. I can pause here before I get into the
Yeah,
conversion rate.
definitely. I think you talked about the main image, right? So lately I was looking at creatine monohydrate, and I was looking at the search page, and I see there's a product in the lid that was written as creatine. The main keyword was written in the lid, whereas when I go in the listing and check the reviews, the images that are in the reviews, there was no such print on the real product. So I think that is something that they have infographed on the product just to take attention in the main image. But you also talked about a little bit on this. And a second thing that what we were doing is we tried uh, on geo ranking a little bit, because now what we have seen is Amazon is focusing a lot in geo ranking, and they are showing different ads as well as different organic results for different zip codes. So there is a client that of us who has a product line in the same niche, and they were launching their fifth product. So we got the zip codes on which they have served the maximum orders. We found the top 5 zip codes, and we figured out that okay, the product that they are going to launch, what are their top 3 to 4 competitors? And we analyzed manually that okay, for our top 30 keywords, where this competitor is ranking in the top 5 zip codes that we have. And we figured out okay, these are the 1 or 2 weak zip codes of us, where our competitors are not ranking in the first page. So we tried to focus Google ads on that particular zip code, because we only, I think, got 2 options, either DSP or Google ads that can send regional traffic. And we have seen is there's a drastic drop in the CPC because the products were near to the customer, and the ads relevancy increased a lot. So I think there are a few factors like relevancy, which also improves your CTR, along with what you said. Also, moving on to the conversion rate, because right now Amazon have rolled out so many things, even rolling out premium A plus content to normal sellers, which have been a big event for sellers, right? Because I think they used to charge around $250,000. I'm not sure on the figures, but the figure was very huge. What they used to charge now, it is free. So when we talk about conversion rate, what would be your few points on how can seller improve that?
Yeah. So with I mean, and that's by the way, Sammy, very very cool that you guys are doing geo targeting and looking at things like that. That's very interesting, and I think it's very smart. And I think one thing that I've done, we don't do a lot with geo targeting, but one thing I've done to like kind of see where people are buying more products is by looking at the change in inventory in different fulfillment centers.
Yeah.
So we'll download the fulfillment center inventory, and we'll map it out, and we'll see like where they each are, and then we'll see the ones that have more with bigger changes, throughout the week or
Mhm.
weeks. We'll know that that's where we have more concentration of sellers. But to me, it's like I really feel that Amazon needs to take that next step of opening to us more,
Yeah.
capabilities of geo targeting, and also like I really feel like they should integrate DSP with the PPC. I see no reason why you need a seat for DSP. Why can't it be the exact same setup as PPC? To this day it beats me. And some people talk about sponsored display. Anyone who ever compares sponsored display to DSP doesn't really understand DSP, because it's like comparing like a Toyota to a Lamborghini, in terms of capabilities. So all right, in terms of conversion rate optimization, the things that matter, or the things that you can control really on the page, is the rest of your images. And in my opinion, the rest of your images need to sell your product without anything else, without them seeing anything else on your listing. If they click on your listing and then they go through the products, it needs to be big text, lifestyle, optimized, showing the use of the product, whatever, and explain to the person, to like any shopper, very clearly why this product is better than everyone else and how it solves the problem that they have better than everyone else. It needs to be a story that you go, okay, picture 2, picture 3, picture 4, picture 5. By the time they get to picture 5, they're like, okay, I understand everything I need to know about this product. It's very easy for me to see. It's text, image big. It's not hard for me to read, and as a result, I'm going to make a purchase decision. That's how images need to be. And unfortunately, a lot of the time people don't really scroll through their images. And I think the best thing is, give the like the images, or like the listing, open up, click on the images, so it's like just showing the images, and give it to someone that's your target customer, and say, hey, like, just go through the images. Is this the best product out there on the market for you? And if they're not like, oh, 100% this is the best, then your images aren't doing a good enough job of selling the product. And I think that's a huge area of opportunity, beyond like just the graphic design. Like the graphic design, the branding, all of that stuff helps, but it's really what is contained in those images, and how, because humans process images 1,000 times faster than words. So when they look at the image, they process it quickly. They look at the big text, they process it quickly, and then they're like, okay, now I have an image in my mind. And if you stack those images, because that's how we imagine everything, right? You see a picture, you hear a word, or you see a word, and you have an image in your mind. So after them making those images in their minds, does that tell them, okay, this is the right thing for me? Like, for example, I'm looking for a water bottle, a gallon jug.
Mhm.
The one that I have keeps breaking. It like literally keeps breaking, so it's fragile. But it's nice because it's light. It has a straw. So when I'm looking for one, I want to see that it very clearly, I can see how much water I'm drinking, right? Like, so it's clear enough to show me the water. It looks good. It's lightweight and it doesn't break. And if you can sell me on how this is like super durable, super lightweight. There's a straw and it's like an easy suction, right? It's not like you have to suck hard so the water can come out. If you just show me this stuff, I'm like, this is the best product ever. And I look at most water bottles and they don't have any of that stuff. I mean, there's not even one that is that durable. So beyond images, you have the videos. Utilize the videos. You can have 4 or 5 different videos. What I like to do is I like to go find creators on TikTok, YouTube,
Yeah.
even Instagram, like people who are normal people, but they
Mhm.
know how to create very good content that you would watch. Like, you're scrolling through your Instagram, or through your TikTok, and you're like, I'm gonna watch this person because I want to hear what they have to say. And then making having them make videos, and then I send it to my video editor, and I have them edit it to have big text call outs and captions, because a lot of people might not watch on with their audio on. And that performs really well. Beyond that, title and bullet points need to be SEO optimized. Very simple. I use data dive. You just want to make sure that it's readable. The bullet points have that big, all caps text in the beginning, because that's all people are going to read, and then the rest can be, a nice sentence, but SEO optimized. I also noticed that adding more and more questions on the listing helps conversion rate. So people seeing that you have 1,000 reviews, 115 questions answered, that shows like social proof, because a lot of people, ask questions. So it must mean a lot of people bought it. It's just an observation and something that I've used personally to help with SEO. Because you can put certain keywords in questions that you can't put anywhere else, like brand names and things like that, that also help you index. Then from there, we can talk about virtual bundles. They'll make a small difference,
Yeah.
but the real big difference makers: brand story and premium A plus. By the way, anyone should be able to get premium A plus. It's not that hard. You just need 15 submissions of A plus, and you need to have all of your products have a brand story, and it could literally be the same brand story. Just your brand color palette, your vision, your mission, your values, and a list of your products so that they can click on them, and that's it. That's a brand story. You can have it across all your ASINs, and then with the A plus content, you just have to have 15 approved submissions. So it's not. I mean, some people are like, "Oh my god, I need 15." Trust me, it's not that hard to do 15, right? You just need, just have a graphic designer, tell them make 15 versions of this, and it's not that hard. And then from there, with the premium A plus content, again, it's exactly like the images, but now you have a full landing page vibe, and that is going to make a huge difference because people are looking. It's full screen. People are seeing the creative, and they're seeing the creative. They're seeing big text call out, and you're selling them. It's like a landing page. You're selling them more and more. Social proof. We're better than everyone else. This solves an easy thing, right? You go use Helium 10 X-ray, review insight. Sorry, Helium 10 Chrome extension, review insights, get all the positive reviews of your competitors, negative reviews of your competitors, feed it into ChatGPT, get summaries, and in that A plus content, show them that you have everything that
Yeah.
they're looking for and none of the negative stuff from the negative reviews.
Mhm.
And then beyond that, some UGC videos, the same ones that you're going to use on your listing, have the creator themselves upload it again, and then get maybe 5 or 10 people, get them to buy the product, and then ask them to put pictures and videos in the reviews. And I think even one a month, right? One person a month putting a bunch of pictures and videos in the reviews will help a lot. And stacking all of those things really is going to make a huge difference for you in terms of conversion rate. Primarily the images, your rest of your images and your premium A plus content, that's going to make a huge difference in terms of conversion rate. And it's something that constantly needs to be improved, because here's what I've noticed: every 3 to 6 months, even though I had the best, A
Yeah.
plus content and images, everyone else
Mhm.
surpasses me, and I'm like, shit, now I have to do it again. So just those are the things to keep in mind. And always, guys, remember, your reviews are going to be the number one thing that's going to hold you back. And so you can't control them, right? You can do your best to have a strategy, get as many as you can, but they are going to play a crucial role. So do everything else right, and then push for as many reviews as you can.
Yeah, I think that was a great explanation. I would 100% agree with all the topics that you just shared. Also, one thing I was looking at Premium Press Content last week, I think Amazon rolled out the update. If you have a comparison chart, now Amazon is showing a add to cart button. So it is just a free way to showcase without paying Amazon for ads your other products. And if it is a Premium Plus content and comparison chart, you also get the add to cart button directly. So I think that is a really good
Nice.
add-on that Amazon have done recently. So let's move
And
on
did
to
you see the new update?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Sammy, did you see the new update that you can now do manage my experiments, A/B tests for almost everything? You can do it for
Wow.
main image, rest of images, brand story, premium A plus content, regular A plus content. I think bullet points too, title and bullet points.
Okay.
So they've now rolled out A/B tests. Now, here's the thing: take their data with a grain of salt, because we don't know how accurate their A/B tests are, right? And if anyone's ever worked in Shopify, you know that there's 20 different A/B test software, and some are ranked way better than others
Yeah.
because of the accuracy of the experiments. But again, take it with a grain of salt. It is just another advancement in Amazon giving us better tools and better data to make better decisions.
Yeah, definitely. Also, now moving on to the sales part, since sales are just in front of the corner. So when you talk about sales, obviously we have seen that sellers try to mismanage their budget of campaigns, and sometimes they might go out of budget because we know during sales the traffic will be huge, so they will consume the budget. And also we have seen if they don't have a proper tool in place, or if they are not managing properly, then on the next day just after the sale is finished, they forgot to just lower their bid or budget down, and that spends a lot and the cost spikes. What one or two tips you would like to share for the budgeting part before sales? Because if there is sales, they need to optimize something.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen two categories of brands. Category number one is the ones that are like my product, a supplement, or any general product, like
Mhm.
water bottles, like maybe a bathtub for dogs, like just random things that you're not anticipating that you're gonna buy on a sale or Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then there's the other category where, yes, I mean, it's like a TV, a coffee machine, accessories, giftable products, or stuff that it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I'm gonna buy a lot of this stuff, or I'm gonna buy this stuff, and they have like 10 times more sales. So for the first category, it's a little bit late now for like any price changes or anything like that.
Yeah.
But two things. Number one, assume that your cost per acquisition went up by 10%, taking into account your discounts, right? Taking into account your discounts. How much profit per unit are you going to make over the 5 days of like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever, those 4 or 5 days. And, and look at the profit per unit after and assume that your cost per acquisition is going to go up 10%. If that's too hard for you to calculate, assume that your tacos is going to be 5% more. Let's just say that, assume that. If your margins are too slim, you have a problem. And so that's one thing to keep in mind. This has happened for me, for my brand, for a pasta brand that is a bestseller. My brand, I sold twice as much. They sold 4 times as much in one day, and both of us had negative profit over those 5 days. So it can be very dangerous to discount, because of ads will go up, and I'll explain the whole like what you should do with the ads, but cost of ads will go up. Just happens, right? There's way more people coming into the platform. A lot of them are window shopping. Cost of ads goes up because more clicks, less actual sales, like in terms of a percentage. And then at the same time, you have a discount, so you have less profit per unit already, and now you're in the red.
Hmm.
And so that's the first thing, is just make sure that you understand your numbers, and you're not going to go into the red with a 5% increase in tacos after the discount. Number two, personally, what I would do is the day before Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all the way until the day after Monday, so Tuesday, drop your bids all by like 30%.
Okay.
Keep the budgets and everything the same. I drop the bids across the board by 30%, especially for the main keywords, because those are the ones that get a shitload of traffic that is unqualified. They're not really interested in buying. They're just browsing the platform. And this happens normally. And then you can save the bulk sheet the day before you do this change, make the changes, and then re-upload it after. And what you'll notice is that your ads are gonna basically spend way less money. You're gonna get the increased sales, and you're actually gonna make more profit those days. This obviously doesn't apply for the other brands, the brands that are doing incredibly well. That's a little bit more complex. You want to still have your ads, but you want to monitor them very, very, very frequently, and understand, like, if Black Friday, you want to have good bids on Black Friday, you want to have really big budgets on Black Friday, and you want to pace your spending with your sales. I mean, there's because of attribution, there's only so much you can see. However, you can see how much you're spending on an overall level that day, and you can look at your total sales that day. If you start noticing that spending is going up significantly more than sales, start cutting the bids just across the board. Maybe cut them by 10% or
Hmm.
15%, because the last thing that you want is to sell so much and spend so much, and at the end of the day, your profit is the same or less, and all you did was basically discount your product, give way more away, and then benefit pretty much nothing.
Yeah, I think that was spot on. So, Mina, I think we are already close to 40 minutes, and we really loved the tips that you shared, and that is wonderful. And it is going to help sellers a lot because sales is just around the corner. So, Mina, before we end the podcast here, where can people follow you? And if they want to take help of Trivium Group, how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to get more valuable content like this, my YouTube channel is awesome. So Mina Elias, Mina space Elias. There's also one for the Trivium Group. We put other content there too. Instagram at the Mina Elias. LinkedIn is Mina space Elias. But yeah, I'm pretty accessible. Reach out to me, ask questions, and I'll try and put out more content answering all of those questions.
That is awesome. Thank you so much, Mina. I think we had a wonderful discussion today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, Sammy.
Definitely. Bye. Take care.